Hi everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to Taylor-Made Cards for You. Well, today I'm participating in a video hub with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and we are celebrating birthdays. So I wanted to go ahead and put together a couple of birthday cards. Now, for some reason, I don't have a lot of birthday cards on hand, and that's crazy, right? Because there are birthdays every single month. And as a card maker, you would think that I would be really on the ball about sending birthday cards, but I'm the exact opposite. So I'm going to try to get ahead of the game going into next year, and I'm going to create several birthday cards over the next several months. I may not do them all on camera, but I want to go ahead and get a stash together so that way I will be a little bit more on the ball and going into 2022 for birthday cards. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to be creating some layered cards today. And this is a 3D kit that I'm going to be using. And it's great because it has all the pieces that you need to layer your cards. And as you can see, it does have birthday. So it's definitely a birthday theme. And I went ahead and I cut out some cardstock before I got on camera, just so I can be somewhat prepared. And the colors that I'm working with today are kind of blues and purples. So that's what we're going to focus on. I also have some corrugated paper that I thought perhaps we could use. And then I found this fun pattern that had a nice pattern here that I thought maybe I could use. We'll see how that works. And then I had a couple of tones of purple paper. So on these 3D cards, what you want to do is you're going to want to punch out all of your die cuts. As you can see, they already have them perforated for you, so they should cut out pretty easily. And then you just want to start your layering. Now, the layers, for the most part, are pretty easy to figure out. Like you can see, these go together pretty well. These with the flower go together. And then you have these down here that go together. So we're going to go ahead, as we punch them out, we're going to try to keep our pieces together. So that way when we go to put our layers and our cards together, we'll know which pieces go with what. Okay, so I've got everything cut out and I've got them separated into the designs. And then I had a couple of extra little embellishments here that probably can go on any one of the cards just because of the color combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to put these layers together, and then we'll put the cards together. Okay, so the one thing that you are going to need are the foam dots, and that's so you can build up your layers. And some of these pieces are pretty small, so you may have to also trim some of your foam dots. And then what I like to do is just kind of spread out my pieces and figure out my layers. And what's nice about this is you have the same picture, so it's not that hard to figure out what your layers are. So, you know, this piece is going to go on the base, and then this one goes here. You've got your flower, and then you've got your birthday. So what I'm going to start doing is just putting together my layers here. And then once I've got all three of the layers put together, then we can go ahead and start assembling the card. Now, when you are taking these pieces off, you want to be extra careful because even though, like I said, they are perforated and they come off pretty easily, some of the pieces have really thin parts to them. So if you pull too hard, you could tear part of the piece off. So you do want to definitely be careful when you are taking off the pieces. And just like this one here, as you can see, it didn't fully come off, and if I pull too hard, I could tear this part here. So you just want to be aware of that. So like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and just start adding my foam dots. On some of the bigger pieces, as you start layering, they are, you know, of course, get bigger. So you could use bigger foam dots. You just want to make sure that they are the same height because you don't want your pieces to be lopsided. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these together, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have all my layers together using my foam dots, and I ended up using not only my dots but my foam tape, as well as these thinner pieces that were great for some of the smaller pieces here. And I ended up with a few extra embellishments. As you can see, they don't necessarily go on any of the layers, but we can add them as we would like. Now I also have some of this washi tape that I thought would look nice. I have this brown one that might work well with this one, and then I've got some turquoise ones as well. So we're going to go ahead and put together some cards and see what we can come up with. Now, like I said, these are going to be birthday cards, so I don't necessarily have anyone in particular in mind for these. I just want to be able to create some cards that I can have on hand. And these are going to be my focal points. So we might need to add, as you can see, they're pretty small. So we might need to add some more embellishments here. So I'm going to go ahead and just start building my layers. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just add my 3-in-1 beacon to my first layer, and then I'm just using some cardstock here for my background. And like I said, I'm trying to match these colors here. That's why I'm going with the blues and the purples. And if you wanted to, you could even bring in some orange. I think that would be nice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in this piece here that has some turquoise in it, but it has lots of orange as well. And I think that would be a good piece to kind of frame my embellishment. So I'm going to go ahead and add this, and then I might add some washi tape. I haven't decided yet. Like I said, I'm just kind of putting these together based on some of the scraps I have in my craft room and just some of the coordinating paper I might find. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some of this shiny tape that I have. And I don't even know where I got this. It was just in my stash, so I just thought it was something that would coordinate really nicely. So I thought I would add it. And I also like washi tape because it does hold down your cardstock as well, especially when you have layers. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Gives it a nice shine there. And then we'll add this in the middle. And you can decide, you know, what part is going to be straight when you have these pieces that are kind of off-centered. I chose to kind of make this back piece straight, so this comes off to the side. And then once this dries, I'll finish it off with a couple of embellishments. So let's go ahead and start working on the next card. Okay, so for this piece, let's go ahead and, what do I have here? Trying to figure out what I have here. All right, so let's go ahead and work off of this. Now for this, I think I will use that as my focal point, and then I'm going to want to have something to offset it. So I had some extra pieces when I was trimming down my cardstock. And remember, your paper doesn't have to coordinate exactly. I know a lot of people like to have their paper coordinate exactly, but you have some blues in here and you also have blues in your background. So you could easily add, you know, color that may not necessarily match, but will still work. Okay, so I did end up just cutting out a piece of lighter purple cardstock with a die just to give it another layer. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Just to start building our layer. then we will add this piece just to kind of kiss my layer right there, just to have it kind of coordinate and kind of flow together. And then this piece can go, you can even off center it a little bit if you wanted to, but I want to see if I can incorporate any of these here. I might end up stamping a happy birthday on this. We'll see how that works. So we'll add this piece, and then we can put it aside and start working on our third card. Okay, so for the third card, I think this is going to be my background. Yeah, and we'll put this blue on top of it. So again, you wouldn't think that these two would necessarily go together, but I think they work. And since we did kind of postal on this one, I don't know. Let's see which one. Yeah, I think I will keep the postal theme. So we're just adding some more glue here to create our layers, and then I like the background of this paper, so you know, if you do like your cardstock and you don't want to cover it, by all means don't cover it. But don't be afraid to use your layers either. Okay, and I ended up cutting out another die from Sizzix, which is the postal die, and we can go ahead and adhere it, and then we can finish off the cards with some embellishments. So as you can see, these layered cards are just so easy to put together, and it's no time at all to be able to put together several birthday cards, just to have on hand, because you never know when you're going to need them. All right, so let's go ahead and, now that we have all these added, let's go ahead and add some embellishments. So I have these here. These have been in my stash forever, and I thought they might look good just because they are turquoise. So maybe we can add a little bit of texture here. And then I also have some light pink ones as well. They kind of look purplish, I guess. Maybe we can add those. And then here, maybe we'll might add like the birthday sentiment there. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. But this, you don't necessarily have to use everything. Keep it for another day. And then I thought to make it a birthday card, finish it off, maybe I would use one of these stamps here. And let's see, so many choices here. I think I'm just gonna do hello friend, maybe just one life. Let life surprise you. There's lots of little sentiments you can choose here. And then to finish it off, I added some remnant rubs from Tim Holtz. Numbers are always nice fillers. They give great interest, and they're usually, you know, sometimes, I mean, it's not usually, but sometimes they're small enough where you can just add them as fillers. So if you feel like your card is a little bit too plain, you know, you can always add it with fillers. So the only thing left to do is just basically put these on card bases and to stamp a sentiment in the middle. So as you can see, these were really easy to put together. All I'm doing is just creating my focal point, and then I'm building my layers around it. So I hope that you've enjoyed my video today and showing you how to put together some really easy birthday cards. And don't forget, this is a video hop, so make sure that you check the link in my description box to hop to the next video where you'll get some more inspiration on birthday cards. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.